someone just confirm that they're here? They get me or? Hello?
Our guests are not yet here, I guess.
We don't call them, they're about for join, so Lord give them small time. And then no more the waits now for Lord begin. We not say people can let for joining meetings late. We don't say as we go, then when they come. Meanwhile, I don't fit clock for Lord begin. Or we get send the cam when come in. We already get one inside actually. When I at Alston. Dr. Richard Konteh self then I would come. ABS he said then I would come then Logos Koba also. So they will come. Or if they don't come inside, then they use any phone, any Lord we know, Lord reach out to them. Malkish, you add me as host here, so we get the liberty for unmute certain people for verify if not them.
Yeah, I've already done so. Thank you, a co-host now, you know.
Okay, good. I see different Mr. Mega Kamara, welcome. Okay, Dr. Richard Konteh do with you now.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. Welcome, sir. Okay, let's just request you for unmute yourself. I don't send a request for let you unmute yourself, sir, Doc.
On that note, yeah, Umar, I will just
ma'am.
wait on your directive, yeah? Because of
yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Good evening, sir. Welcome, sir.
Yes. You know, say today na busy day. Now that make we shift the meeting. I was so sorry because we get for shift time. Today na a busy day for football fans. At the grand finale of the World Cup.
Even though it's not coming home.
Yes. And for we politicians, the other salon today, salon, I think Equa Salon they host the Equa Summit, you get beaucoup dignitary. So both APC and SLPP people are all busy right now. But we can start. We already don't get some quorum where we can start. We don't see the number then go join us as we go.
Lovely. Okay.
And in case before you come in case you just join, you know you yourself talk, just no say an automatic mute. One avoid that disruption and interruption can happen where Zoom can take place. Where people on mute themselves and just talk. Thank you. Over to you, Madam Moderator.
Thank you very much, yeah, Umar. Greetings to my esteemed senior comrades, Sir Dr. Richard Konteh, welcome, sir. Senior comrades, distinguished guests, in a good evening, in a good morning, and in a good afternoon, wherever you watch with from. My name is Yamatha, and I will serve as the moderator for the session today for the E-Town Hall meeting regarding census and statistics Sierra Leone. So the theme today is every person counts, every data matters. So I got just one for quickly request for a volunteer. And they get me?
Yes, Yamatha, with the guest.
Yeah, I will kindly ask for prayers from the Christian end. Any volunteer, please?
Please, if someone wants to volunteer, just go to the chat, and then we can unmute you.
Do we have a volunteer for the Christian prayers, please? If not, I will kindly ask that we recite the Lord's Prayer because time is not in our favor. And we really need for starts now so that at least we go, kind of walk on time. So let's recite the Lord's Prayer. We can go on silently, or you
I will
can.
kindly ask that we recite the Lord's
Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread. Forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. Lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, the power, and the glory forever and ever. Amen. Thanks, everybody. Can we have a volunteer for the Muslim, please? As we are religious tolerance, so go kindly ask, let somebody volunteer, please.
Kolaja is a tupoto, please.
Maja Mama is at Tupoto, please.
Somebody has already suggested or
Okay.
requested to do the Muslim prayers. I think Osman Koroma.
Okay, sir. Go ahead, sir. Thank you very much. God bless you.
Usman Koroma, a request has been sent to you to unmute. So you can please unmute and go ahead. Well, I think Usman Koroma not look responsive. So Yamatha, maybe we could just continue for ask let we just read Al-Fatiha quietly and then we can go ahead.
Okay, sorry, I was muted. Yeah. So each please go ahead again and say what you said. Sorry.
I say Usman Koroma, we already don't send a request for let unmute and do the Muslim prayers, but I noticed it not look responsive. So maybe
okay. All right, let me kindly recite the Al-Fatiha, please.
Al-Fatiha Jaran. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين آمين سبحان ربك رب العزة عما يصفون وسلام على المرسلين الحمد لله رب العالمين.
Thank you, Ma. Thank you so much. Thank you. Once again, welcome to the E-Town Hall meeting today. And as the flyer be done, they go round. Our theme today is demanding accountability. And how can we demand this accountability is APC's role and representation for ensuring a fair 2026 census. So now we miss today, we esteemed senior distinguished comrades, senior comrades. We get Mr. Leonard Balogun Koroma, when in the Census Committee Chairman APC, and we get Dr. Richard Konteh, Census Committee member, and also flag bearer aspirant. And we get Mr. Bakarr Kargbo, Principal Admin Assistant to the Secretary General. And then we get Mr. Arthur Hurton, Election Data Expert. We kindly welcome you to the session. And they hope for get a good educative knowledge Naya today, and also it's going to be an interactive during question time. So feel free for putting your expertise, but then when the time comes, please, we go align now, and when we guest in the talk, let we give them audience, but obviously we technical man, don't give we an auto mute, you know, because if you're not talking, you cannot actually say anything. And also the chat group is there. Please, let's be civil and let's respect one another, because it's all about One Salone, you know. So now, without much ado, I will just go straight to we program, we agenda, where now the introduction to One Salone and the purpose of the E-Town Hall meetings by Malkish, when are we technical guru. Over to you, sir.
Thank you very much, Madam Yamatha. I not take much of the time because wonderfully you don't do the honors for tell you exactly what's we there for today. So I will also join you for greet all the participants, them, comrades, friends, and colleagues, and at the welcome on a hall to this we very special episode of the ongoing series when we One Salone E-Town Hall meetings. Well, this One Salone E-Town Hall meetings na a unique platform where we design for bring the stakeholders them of we key institutions na Salone, most especially the leaders of the APC party. We decide for create a place or a space where them we leaders they are, we can meet comrades them, and meet citizens of Salone for address and educate we about issues of controversies and issues them where we feel say very, very important for we country. And more so importantly, for build this linear bonding of dialogue between the APC executive, the secretariat, and we within the diaspora. So today we get a set of unique experts them. When I mean unique, like unique experts them, that people them will know them stuff, and that people them will understand exactly within this topic they're about. So we don't invite them for let they can talk to we, let they can educate we on such important and controversial issue. So we already get the theme for the meeting when at the APC's role and representation in ensuring a fair 2026 census. So once again, as Yamatha already introduced the personality here, I welcome una all and tell una all thank you for una take una time out of una busy schedule for join we. So I thank una all. Over to you again, my moderator Yamatha.
Thank you so much, Mr. Kish. And actually, before I call we experts them in, one go they kind of they wonder waiting a census. So I go just want to give a brief, although then get for give in depth, but just for giving a rough idea of what is a census. So basically, a census is an official process of counting and recording information about every person and household in a country at a specific time. It collects data on population size, age, sex, education, housing, employment, health, disability, and more. The goal is to help government and partners plan better schools, hospitals, roads, jobs, and social services based on real numbers. In short, no data, no planning, no development. So on that case, we will now invite we experts for let them come tell we more and let them elaborate on the importance of this all census, especially for we APC party, because we are actually heading for 2028 elections. So if that is the case, I would just want to call the first person on we list where na Mr. Balogun Koroma, if he dey inside, sir. Let's welcome you, sir, and you go tell me more about yourself, and thereafter you go give me education on that. I thank you very much. Is Mr. Balogun in, sirs? Okay, if Mr. Balogun not there, we go straight to we Honorable Dr. Richard Konteh. And thank you for coming, sir. And just so you know, we allocated 10 minutes to you, sir, but it's actually up to you time of educating us. It depends, but this is what we're aiming for. Over to you, sir. Thank you and welcome, sir. Thank you. Dr. Richard Konteh, sir. Is it muted or?
Okay. Thank you
sir.
very much, Yamata, and thanks, comrades, for this invitation. Today look very hectic for me, but out of respect for Una and because I don't give me word for joining Una today, and always pleased and ready for interact with fellow comrades in the APC. Just one quick correction. Me not a member of the census committee, but in the last cycle, I've been the chair of the technical committee of the party from 2018 to 2023, and are familiar small with the workings of the census, having been a supervising minister for 3 years from 2007 to 2010, plus I study small demography and I know small about census. So I'm glad for this choice where we make about census, because it's a very, very important tool. Before now, we be known more as a development tool rather than a political tool. Development tool because when you collect all the information, like where Yamata describe them, you get all the information about the people, the way the various social statistics. You look at this, your analysis, and know side gaps then they and know how for channel your interventions. It's also good for research, because when you want to do any form of research, the first thing where you need for know information about the people. Which side and day, with the secrets that we don't get this area, with the history of those types of things, and all that type of information. And you want to be able, if you have to do any intervention, you also want to know which are the appropriate place where we do this intervention, whether in terms of building a school, building a road, building a health facility, or any other development activity we want for carry on. So census is a very, very important process. In Sierra Leone, usually by law, we get a census once every 10 years. And for several years, we always don't get with census once every 10 years. The only time where they can vary the dates for the census, now when, for example, we'll be there in the war, it'll not be possible for do a census, we'll be get for delay and all the rest of it. So, but other than that, we will do a census every 10 years. The president gets the power for proclaim, say we forget a census at any time. And when I be recalled in 2020, he do the proclamation, and in 2021, we get the midterm census, where for the first time they decide for use census as a political tool, where they at variance with within the original intent for use census data. They don't use it as a political tool, but try for make sure say then disenfranchise some people and then give themselves in their stronghold some undue advantage. And you can see, say, because of that midterm census, where we as APC decide for boycott, but they still go ahead and do, anyway, in a skewed way, then succeed for skew the parliamentary representation in their favor, local council representation in their favor, and then even reduce the quota of development is supposed to go to areas where then they consider as strongholds of the APC. So this time we go through a census, but because of these attempts where they can make for politicize a census, when we be the work at the tripartite committee, we been take a decision for say any time when they do a census, therefore make sure say they do them 2 clear years before the next elections, so that they not go just rush a census, just that they go skew the data and use them to any undue advantage to any political. That committee, where they under discussions, we say therefore do a census 2 years to the elections, which means if they been do the census in 2025, then we forget 2 clear years before 2028 plus a few months, do the use that census data for the elections. Because I know say they deliberately want for continue for rely on the 2021 midterm census and also the 2015 census and 2021 census for able for reach their own conclusion in terms of the data they use, they decide for delay the census by a year. Now, if they get this census in 2026, if they adopt the recommendations of the tripartite committee, then we're not supposed to use that information. The party don't take a position for say we will still get a transition clause inserted in the revised constitution for allow for make this time only make we still able for use this census data for we next 2028 elections. And they don't instruct we as members of the legal team. You go strange for no say me not a lawyer, but I on the legal team of the party, and I mean they lead the team. We will go to a retreat where they start this evening, and you go through till Tuesday for go finalize the wordings, and we will make sure say in those negotiations we go insert a transition clause. We go allow we for still use the census data. This means, therefore, that we as sensitized with people then sufficiently for make the register. We also get a responsibility for ensure say they're not engaged in any Dabaru games where they go use for ensure say then disenfranchise we want people that they're under register people in the APC strongholds and over register people in the strongholds of the SLPP. So we get for be vigilant and expectation that every APCians at home and abroad will make an responsibility for give the necessary support to this process. We as a party don't set up a census technical committee chaired by Balogun Logus Koroma, where they accompany the process strictly. And we also get representation at the highest level of planning for the census where na the advisory committee of the statistics Sierra Leone. So we attend those meetings and we get feedback. And this committee, they complete the process. They don't complete the cartographic mapping. Now then they use that data for define the enumeration areas. And after that, then we'll get into the recruitment process of the personnel we need for the census. They also get for now start simultaneously the procurement process, forget the instruments we they use for capture the data. And on the back end also, therefore don't get the software we then get for use for able for take the information from the tablets where they use at the field, and then they capture straight into the back end of the system, and somebody go able do the calculations real time. So this is the process that is ongoing at the moment, and we as a party don't take a decision for accomplish this process very closely. And as I say earlier on, would expect every APCN, every well-meaning APCN, will treat this issue with the seriousness we deserve. The large gap where we see in the numbers of APC versus SLP parliamentarians rescued in favor of SLPP, that primarily as a result of the way where they manipulate the midterm census. So we get to take this census very, very seriously. We want to ensure that it becomes a real development tool. So the next government where APC get for form, by all means, will use this data for assist we in see how we go distribute development across the country and how we go intervene in different areas for ensure say the development go well. We will also want for use this process for ensure say the imbalances, because the census go really give you a picture of the level of services that we're available all over the country. We will also make sure say we know exactly where the deficits then they, especially if without the census, we know that areas in the north, Kwenadugu, Falaba, Cambia, some parts of Bombali, and some Kolele, even Potloko, are very, very disadvantaged in terms of facilities. And so this credible census data, it will give you a fair picture of all of those realities, and it will inform how we go plan better for we development process. So I want for telling all plenty thank you for this opportunity when I give me for make this initial comment on the census, waiting at the value of the census, waiting at the census, and the part where we need for play, and the need for where we be very vigilant in ensuring that it is not again used exclusively as a political tool for disadvantage we as APCs, but rather make we maintain them. Make we continue for keep them as a development tool where we will continue for use for promote with development of the country. Thank you very much, and over to you, Yamata.
Thank you so much.
I'm ready for take any further questions we want to go ask.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much. Because you say you're so busy, I will bring in Mr. Balogun Koroma. Then probably two of you can just answer questions from the audience. So I don't know if Mr. Balogun Koroma did now. Advise me, please, here, Umar and Ish.
It is struggle for join in.
Okay.
We depend to fix that, but meanwhile, we get Mr. Alston and we get Comrade ABS. I don't know if Comrade ABS.
Okay. Yes, I just wanted us to not to miss Mr. Balogun. Thank you very, very much. And Doctor, please bear with me few minutes because we once were in an older give we in our own advice on census. Then we go open the floor for questioning. Yeah. Thank you.
No,
take away.
Yamata.
Sir.
Sorry, but me not go deal with you very long.
Oh, okay.
In the next 30 minutes, I will go off the line because I go for go to airport for go see Aliko and Gote and my governor friend we come from Nigeria for go see them off.
Yes.
So I go for go na airport. So I'm not going to continue for stay. So
yes, sir.
I just get next 30 minutes with Una and I want for therefore make Una done with my own party if possible. Then the experts there go left now for giving the information we Una go need because they are more hands-on, they are more knowledgeable. Me na small, but one at the corner.
Well, I disagree because the takeaways where you don't give we every APCN for take the census seriously, and we feel sad and don't disenfranchise we already during the midterm elections, and then they don't give we impact on the numbers of representation na parliaments, and then they is very very serious in terms of debates, you know. So we take them very seriously, and we thank you for impacting your knowledge to us. We not see you at all as not being an expert. So like kindly calling Mr. Bakarr Kargbo, when are the principal administrative assistant to the Secretary General, and then the both of you now can answer questions whilst Mr. Balogun and Mr. Arthur Alston go do their presentation whilst you go away. Sadia Biawi, yeah. Thank you so much. Mr. ABS, sir, the floor is yours. Is Mr. ABS in?
I did try for I did look for the try for unmute
Okay. So whilst we wait for him,
yeah,
probably we go call in Mr. Arthur Alston so that they will get a dual question in time and Dr. Richard Konteh. So over to you, Mr. Alston. Thank you, sir. Thank you. You are One Salone, and then you're not guest as well. How nice is that? So we really appreciate your efforts. Thank you. Over to you, sir. The floor is yours.
Right. Thank you, Yamata. I want to tell me fellow guests, plenty thank you for joining me today. I want to tell me Salone people and thank you where they listen to me and we get for Fentem for listening to me after the live program, both Salone and worldwide. This conversation, maybe take them from the point of view, say, I don't get experience with census and how would they use them for run elections. Census, yes, a development tool. Democracy also, they go with development because outside democracy, no day, development, no day. And in all of those things, we need transparency in everything we do. They like it today, Salone Day at some kind of a crossroads where we census, we electoral systems, and the institution and way for guarantee fairness, all the under strain, serious strain. And whilst we demand accountability from the government itself, we not forget, say, the press, the opposition, and some of us as citizens, we self not help the situation. Because if we're not silent, we bring sensationalism kind side, and then we get what we call selective outrage. We get waiting with the Allah for when different thing the way we will say no, that one to me business. But when it comes to some other aspect, they will start for shout. So now, having said all of that, I want to go further for look into the whole from census to elections. Who say the connection then they? Now, we start with cartography. Cartography now how for map the country accurately, area by area. Kube, almost people then did it. They map that area they small. You can up by Kuton Road, almost people then did it. Tego St. John, Tego all over the country, spread them all over, area by area, then go for map them, small, by population. Then we come to the census in self now. Because after they don't map, they go can count almost people and then that could be almost people and they lonely by the area where they don't map. After that, the census counting, we can do boundary delimitation. If they therefore draw constituencies, as the previous speaker say, we go lead with to parliament, and then they go for look at districts. So until they go for do the districting, we don't know. So in the court this district, so in the court that other one, based on the population and that cartography the way they do. Then after all of that, we therefore do voter registration and center mapping. Almost voters then they within all of those cartographic areas then they and the census team they don't do the electoral commission therefore can sit down now and look almost voter and they within all of those areas then they and map the center the who side people and get for go vote. After they don't do all of that, then we can do the elections in self. So we don't now say this the election where we they look out for in 2028. It actually starts with this cartography. But in myself time at the sit down they look say we don't miss a couple of things then. One, this cartography, it don't done. Who's time it done? What will they do with them? Or how the process they? As I said, the press, the institutions themselves, they don't tell me anything. Pass like me here and I also they say, well, the cartography don't done, then they try for do A, B, C, and D. But I believe say people they need the citizen get for know actually waiting they happen. Because at this point in time, we don't want to miss what we miss leading up to 2018 and 2023, that one not talk for talk. We miss a whole lot of things. And at that, me don't they see they come up so back against small. Cartography at this point in time, we don't even know if you don't done. Now, the census timeline after this cartography, waiting me see, waiting census tell we. Well, census will take place in 2026, so on 10 December. They not get a definitive timeline. Who's 10 the census they take place? Me and you know, Sierra Leoneans they don't know. And as Salone people and they can't do this census for. So we don't even know what's in happen. Now, going further from that, a very serious situation. The ECSL not give a strategic plan yet for explain to we how they want to use this census data. Today, we don't know who side and they we don't know what they want for do. I don't want to exclude the tripartite arrangement or any other thing, but taking the ECSL as a standalone for INSEF, by now, from the 2024, when the 2024 strategy ECSL electoral calendar done, they're supposed for them get an electoral calendar where they start in 2025 and end in 2029. Up to this day, we don't see any of them three missing link, or I will call them broken points there today. So without transparency in all of them 4 steps they are so. The rest of the process, me they see and say, they get for collapse. We're not going to talk about fairness. If we the people then, we don't know almost people in the lonely, or how they cut lonely, or we don't know how they cut me farm with them place now, Geleumbaja, or bien Karine. We don't know. Now, we don't look at all of them in the Salone law, the Census Act, the Constitution of Sierra Leone, the Public Elections Act, all supposed for work together. Me not a lawyer, and actually know section, this blah, 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 and all the things we're inside, but technically, I know say, the Census Act for produce the population data, the Constitution, it require equal population representation. The Public Elections Act now Intel ECSL for use census data for draw boundary, register voter, and for map polling centers. If the census fail, the Constitution not going to be satisfied. And the Elections Act, they're not going to implement them well. This not for politics now, waiting the law say. We know they can't debate electoral systems if they for do PR or force past the post without we not fix the data foundation, who side the data come out. It's like we they argue about the roof, where the foundation self inside the host map and the foundation bend or it broke, or the foundation self no good. So now, when we come to the PR and district block reality, this is now a system where the incumbents be done the push this PR, and under the PR, we not go get constituency or ward boundaries. Instead, na district block by Bogo Jama, you na Moyamba district, you na Kenema district, you na Karine district by one whole block. And then they begin to allocate seats by them where they call population and inside district, then they shape the votes. It sounds simple, but it's not simple, because the PR, it depends on accurate population data. If you will not get the census right, just at the district level, now they're saying not to constituency, just at the district level, the number of seats per district, if we reflect on the population, if the census wrong, PR now Botobata, you're not correct. In 2023, what thing they do? They raise the threshold where the smaller party they're not able for enter parliament. Now only two, APC, SLPP, Paola and SF Igekobo footback. So the PR at the look and say it amplify with data problem, because the seat allocation is SF now figure, now census data, now number of people now get for use. So small mistake it creates problems with them. We take today, we don't know if now PR would they use or now first pass the post. So when people say PR they solve everything, we get for remind we safe. PR without credible census, now just proportional confusion, it create again. Now, institutional silence, we sit down, we know they talk. The public, some man they say, let we left there no more. La go fair me it ba. But tomorrow, it they come back to you. You they left now say you they go fair it, but you know they talk about this, you know they talk about that. But it they come back to you. Next strategic plan 2020 to 2024, it don't expire. Till now, they not publish any replacement, no roadmap for boundary delimitation. Who's time we get for do voter registration? Who's time we get for do center mapping? They not tell anybody yet. Me and you as Sierra Leoneans, we they pay tax, and now we they pay the government, the government of Sierra Leone. They're not able to tell we waiting they go on up to this time. And we they say we they expect elections in 2028. Let me be honest. The silence is not institutional. The press, they don't fail for do investigative pressure, for pressure some of them institution then they. This conversation where this way are they talk so not to say that I they blame anybody. Now out of waiting me see, me own experience. The press, I know they blame them, but they know they do much investigative things. They just encourage the heads of institution and for can see them, can't tell people and waiting the institution, and they feel for tell people them, but not to waiting the people and suppose for a so that is so every day then go get one headline, tomorrow go get one another headline just for what they call the opposition. Always a reactive role they play. When the incumbents do one thing, then the opposition reacts. But we not ever see who side the opposition take something or may not notice them yet. You will get one or two people with them, yeah, just one or two, but then voice not will go far if as an institution, the opposition, and not say APC, all opposition, and not say APC opposition, and not say this all waiting at opposition parties. They know they come for can't tell we say now this and that and that. They just they focus on political advantage instead of the technical accountability. Waiting them for bring the accountability them for bring out to the people who just get quite a handful where they do and because they're small or they look and say, but that person then are ABC and D. they make much impact. So if the press not they bring them in and they out, instead of they kind of bring sensationalism inside waiting and they bring, instead of them scrutinize the incumbent, the government in power, the institutions the way responsible, then the opposition they know they bring professionalism kind of say everybody want to be president tomorrow, everybody want to be minister, everybody want to be all of that. Accountability, they become a shouting match instead of a civic process. It therefore be a civic process, now civic responsibility for every Sierra Leonean. We get huge human cost because of all of that. Behind all the data, census, center mapping, voter data, and all that thing, it holds human dignity. Now that's what they forget as Sierra Leoneans. All this data where they pass with, it holds human dignity. When the boundaries are wrong, the communities go be misrepresented. We're not go able to represent the communities well. If we contest census data, that means to say that data they get kobo foot, and we misallocate the resources. That one day, I know I'm going to that too much because misallocation of resources now that we don't see since 2018 to up to this time. So when the press, the opposition, and we self they fail.
Yeah.
When the opposition and we say they fail for bring accountability into the thing there, so the whole country they lost their voice in multiple places through governance, through neglect, and all of those things. It's not just a technical failure. Now, a moral failure. We get, instead of people and bring accountability, now bloggers they cause some Salomon, they tell you say in they pay blogger for talk. All of their responsibility then it rests on us.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Mr. Austin. That has been very educative, Thank you. You are indeed an expert. The two speakers, they all don't really enlighten me on census, and we are grateful to have you, and you've been part of One Salone. In case one of the join this is the E-Town Hall meeting, where they tell we about the role of the APC and representation in ensuring a fair 2026 census. And I welcome everybody now this E-Town Hall meeting. We so appreciate it. But because Dr. Richard Konteh is about to leave us now, I go twinkle the program a little bit. And who that they in charge of the session is Madam Minette Sunday. Is Madam Minette Sunday in the house? I go just want to get on the platform so that I go moderate the questions for both Dr. Richard Konteh and
I don't
Mr.
see him,
Ato
but we get. I don't see him, but we get
Sister
Miracle can put the question and answer, please.
Okay, lovely. Okay, so I go hand over now the mic to dynamic Lady Mira. Over to you, darling. And this is just questions for Dr. Richard Konteh and Mr. Ato Austin. Can we just limit it to 10 minutes, please? Because it get for left we, and if you don't give we half an hour, yeah? So over to you, darling.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you.
For One Salone. Welcome, ma'am.
Yeah. So, ladies and gentlemen, we've heard from two speakers, one an expert, one of our leaders in the All People's Congress. So the floor is now open for those who would like to ask questions. I've seen the first person is Professor Mike Delos to say, the floor is yours, sir. So if you can release Professor Mike's mic, please, the floor is yours.
Yes, I already asked. Okay.
Yeah, good afternoon, everybody. I thank you all for this event. It is very, very important that we get such an event. And I'm just so happy that Dr. Richard Konteh and the last speaker, when I don't enlighten us about this census. This is a very critical area for we party, the APC party, because we don't want a repetition of what happened. You know, what happened the last time really, I mean, made many people, APCians to really doubt the process and the leadership. I can say that I was very, very mad about it, but the leadership didn't stand, Parliament didn't stand, our representatives in Parliament didn't stand. But this time around, I'll just cut it short, Dr. Richard Konteh. I know you are very outspoken, and you are a man who is always there to see the truth and tell the truth as you see it. So I want you actually to redouble your effort to ensure that this time we are not manipulated, we are not taken for granted. Gone are the days we should allow things to just come and go over our head and then they take advantage over us again. So I would just appeal to you, Dr. Richard Konteh, and with all your enthusiasm that you have in the political process and dispensation of our country, for you to ensure that we have the correct census this time, that they do it and not at the detriment of our people or disenfranchising our people, especially the people from the northern part of Sierra Leone. Sierra Leone belongs to all of us, but want to see a very credible, fair census being undertaken to benefit the country. So, Dr. Richard Konteh, I thank you very much, and then the previous speaker for enlightening us, and may we succeed this time. We're not going to be complacent, and then all the leaders, please don't be complacent again. You are not going to be allowed to be used by the government so that they can get their way through. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Prof. We'll have one more question, then we'll hand over to Dr. Richard Konteh. I want to acknowledge the presence of Mr. Logos. I don't know if Umar wants to do it, but I noticed he sent a message that he's with us and he has not been acknowledged. You're welcome, sir. I'm sure maybe Umar will have to say something concerning your presence here. Now we'll continue. I see another hand up from Voice of BUR, Mr. Bakarr. The floor is yours, sir. If you can unmute, Mr. Bakarr is ready to speak. Thank you.
Please, Madam Mira.
Yes, please.
I have just unmuted Mr. Logos, and
okay.
Mr. Logos is yet with us, so okay. I think from any time now, we can also give him
okay.
time to
Now, question and answer. I'll go to Bakarr Konteh first, and yes. We welcome Mr. Logos Koroma. In fact, now you say
thank you very much.
So yeah, welcome, sir.
Good afternoon.
You're welcome,
all,
sir.
And thank you. Thank you very much.
Yeah, it's over to you, Bakarr. I don't mute you. Yeah.
Hi, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. First of all, I want to tell thank you to Dr. Richard Konteh for your analysis we don't give to we, and Mr. Arthur Austin for the brilliant information we don't pass on to we. My own question would be in relation to the way how we communicate this particular important message to the masses. Yes, we all understand, say, the previous one, there was a lot of misinformation. We begin a cause for let we not get all the members them for able to take part in the census program. And recently, when it came back to the verification and registration, we see there were other members within the APC party will be the try for divide. We for let we not able for succeed in doing so. Now that I hear Mr. Austin, he talk to the journalists them not to do their job, and we know the country right now. We get a government where it be say, it don't take over every institution where money has been spent to silence most people within the media. Is it not at the responsibility of us in the APC? For example, we own PR wing organ at the APC for be able to go aggressively in order for able for sensitize with people them. And if there are not many of them, they're able to engage. Many of us, you get people like Mira, people like us, we in the media wouldn't able to call in between for talk to us for so that we all were able to play a role in order for spread this information here to people them all across the world, not only in Sierra Leone. So who actually should we blame? Should we blame the journalists them alone, or should we blame also members within our party who are responsible within the PR system for the make sure say we get everybody involved in this process here? Thank you very much. I hear back.
Mira, are you muted? Hello.
Mira, you are muted.
No, now I'm unmuted. I think the IT man muted me. So thank you so much. That was a brilliant question. So since we don't have other hands up at the moment, we allow Dr. Richard Konteh to be answering those questions, giving us responses while we await more questions. If there are no questions until Dr. Richard Konteh is done with his responses, then we'll hand over to Mr. Logos Koroma. Thank you so much. I'll hand over the floor to Dr. Richard Konteh. Is Dr. Richard Konteh with us, still with us? Let me check the...
Yes, I am
Dr.
with you.
Richard
I was
Konteh.
muted.
Thank you, sir.
I was muted.
Yeah, thank you, sir.
Yeah, thank you very much. I want to thank Mike and Bakarr for their questions. But before that, let me thank Arthur Halston for his comments, and I think they are very helpful. Let me just clarify again that the census data is what is actually used to delineate constituencies. And that is very, very important. And that is a direct nexus with elections. And so when that census process is skewed, then the entire electoral process and the whole value of equitable representation is compromised. Yeah. So we have to make sure, therefore, that the census is credible and the results are clear and can be used to inform a proper delineation process. I want to also state that if you look at our Constitution Section 38, that is where they talk about this whole issue about which is the preferred electoral system to use in Sierra Leone. And we know that APC prefers first past the post, SLPP prefers proportional representation, but the default electoral system in our books is still the first past the post. But the president has powers, and he can, by ordinary proclamation, take steps. So we are managing this process very well. And as a party, we have taken our position on it, and we are going to engage over the next 2-3 days. And I hope we'll be able to come up with some conclusions. But one thing that is going to happen is that in the event that it will be PR, it will be with a lower threshold, like 5%, instead of the current 11.9% for the parliamentary threshold. And that will be similar to what obtained in 1996, and which allowed APC then to go to parliament and have 6 seats. We are also thinking, and the party has taken a position, that they are not averse to a mixed system, a blend of PR and first past the post that will allow for more equitable representation, especially for our women, because there is a loud appeal within the APC now for more female representation. And we believe that the way the PR was applied the last time did not allow us to have as many women in parliament as we would have ordinarily loved to have. And so we are proposing a system that will allow a 2-track nomination system, one that will be exclusively for women, women against women, and then the other one will be mixed, so that we ensure that the 30% plus whatever else they get from the mixed will guarantee the women participation. And for a place like Falaba, for example, where we have 2 seats but no woman, that system would allow us to be able to have women, at least one woman in that case, in parliament, and not just men in parliament. So we are working on those prime modalities, and over the next 3 days, We are going to sit with the lawyers and the government to be able to thrash this thing through, and we are informed that the leadership of Parliament will also be with us in those discussions, and all of us will be able to discuss and come out with a position. We have briefed the expanded NAC a few days ago in Freetown, and we've been given instructions on how to proceed. So we're going to do that. Mike, thank you very much. Thank you very much, Professor Mike, for your comments. And I want to say our commitment to this process is unflinching. We are determined. We are going to stay the course, and we will not allow any undue manipulation. I want to let you know that we are fully aware that if they skew the census again against us, it will undermine our own chances as a political party. So we are going to ensure that this process is monitored closely. I want Halstein to know that Logos will tell us shortly whether the cartographic mapping has been completed or not, but I believe it is almost completed, if not completed, because the last time they said the last place they mapped was the president's own house at Hill Station. So I believe that process is ongoing, and I'm informed that they are also doing procurement and other activities simultaneously. But yes, we need to be fully briefed about the timelines for all of these activities because we have a history. The last time they kept postponing, and every postponement has its own implications. And they've already postponed for 1 year, and we have to make sure they don't continue postponing again. So I'm sure Logos will give us timelines in terms of how this process is going to be carried out. Bakarr, I agree with you fully that the way we communicate is sometimes the problem. Sometimes we are so emotional about things, so sentimental about things that we compromise the facts in the process. And when we allow our emotions, our sentiments to override our better sense of reasoning, then that could be a challenge. And that is partly the problem we face sometimes. Everybody in the APC is now a blogger. Everybody in the APC is now a spokesperson for the party. Everybody in the APC is now an analyst. But there's no structured messaging that would ensure that the position of the party on a range of issues are clear, and the way that position is communicated to our people is also very clear. We have to be sure that when we pass on information, it is indeed the correct information. It is the position of the party and not somebody's personal position. That continues to be a challenge, and I hope we will be able to handle it. The way we managed the last boycott in 2021 is a case in point, and we are now facing the repercussions. I don't like to use the word infighting, but the small tensions we have in our party point of view over electoral justice as against moving on with the requirements in our revised 2022 constitution is also a problem. Whilst some people believe that we need to move on with the process so we can participate in next elections, we still have people among us who are continuing to say we have to continue the fight for electoral justice, and we've not been able to manage this process very well as a party, and it's undermining everything we are doing in this process. And I think we started facing the challenges from the verification and registration process, and even up till now with the lower level elections, part of the challenges we are facing are not unrelated to those undue tensions. So we have to ensure that as a party, we take steps to deal with this going forward. And even now that we are in this transition phase, where we are now having schools of thought, one school of thought saying the old executive should continue till convention. Another school of thought is saying their term of office ends on August 18, and they should hand over to Kargbo, consistent with the directive from the PPRC, etc., etc. Now we are having discussions about the legality or otherwise of that directive. So I think as a party, we need to really use the next 4 weeks to ensure that that thing is clarified. We have a common position and we have a united position, and we communicate that position to our people, because if not, it is also a potential source of conflict, a potential source of disinformation. I think we need to do that. I agree with you, Bakarr, that we are experiencing state capture in Sierra Leone. All institutions have been captured, including the media, and that is very, very bad. And I think this government needs to understand that that is not the way to go. It's not helpful. Today, it's favoring them because they are in power, but tomorrow they will be crying babies. And we, as a party, need to take concrete steps to ensure that this is not further entrenched. Because if it is further entrenched, it can undermine our chances. Lastly, I think for us to be able to move forward and take on these people, it takes all of us doing it together. It is not something we have to leave in the hands of a few. We need to bring everybody on board. I always believe that within the APC, we have experts. We have people who are very knowledgeable in these various fields, and we should have a forum that can bring all of these ideas together, and we have a common position, and then we do proper messaging and we push out that message. Let's always learn to push out one narrative, the party's narrative, the party's position. It will make us stronger, it will make us more solid, it will make us hard to defeat. I think that is the way to go, and that's why I'm happy with this program. I'm happy with One Salone for this initiative. This is my second time of participating in your programs, and I will always be available to participate going forward. But just thank you all very, very much. But I want to now leave you in the capable hands of Arthur Halstein, my senior comrade, Logos, and ABS. Thank you.
Doctor, I don't know. There was one more question on the chat for Dr. Richard Konteh. Will it be able to answer, sir? Just one more. Is it okay?
What is the question?
Yeah, the person says, Dr. Richard Konteh, kindly elucidate how was the 2022 or the last census skewed as you claim? That's from Mixer. It's asking how was the 2022 or the last census was skewed or manipulated for Mixer.
Well, okay, it's two things. First of all, we chose to boycott. And because we boycotted the census, they did not even bother to attempt to even do any serious enumeration in our strongholds. So you would see, for example, that the population of Freetown came down as low as 600,000, and Kenema turned out to be higher than Freetown. And because of that, they reduced 7 seats from the Western area, seats that could have otherwise been APC seats. So that is a big challenge. Bombali should normally, or Potloko, or Tonkolili, or Cambia would normally have more seats than what they have now. But while we have 8 seats only in Bombali because of the midterm census data, we have 12 seats in Bo and Kenema and those types of scenarios. So yes, the skewed midterm census and the results thereof that came out of that census were used to do the delineation of constituencies. And that is very bad. Unfortunately for some of you, you may not realize this. You may not, because in these lower level elections, we are still using the old constituencies. But we no longer have 132 constituencies in Sierra Leone. We now have 135 constituencies. And all the constituencies they removed from Freetown, the 7 constituencies from Freetown, for example, they moved them to the southeast. And it is because of that you see the southeast having more constituencies than the north and northwest. So they did all of these types of manipulations, and that is why we are saying, let us support this current census, and let us make sure our people are counted. Let us make sure that census and its results are then used for the next boundary delimitation. So that if that is done, then we are sure to win back our constituencies in the western area. And we are sure that the possibility will exist that we could even increase our constituencies in Potloko, in Bombali, and in other parts of the country. So censuses have a direct effect on elections because of the use of the data for boundary delimitation. And so we have to ensure that we take it very seriously, so that if they are going to use it, if we succeed in getting them to use it, we'll be able to win back our constituencies that we lost as a result of the 2021 midterm census. And if we win back our constituencies, then it will increase our chances of winning back parliament. And if we win back parliament and we win back the executive, then we'll be able to be in a very strong position to govern come 2028. Thank you.
Right. Thank you so much, sir. Lady
I'm handing
Mira,
over now to you. Yeah, Martha.
I just want to say thank you. You'll come back in shortly.
Obviously.
It's just because time is not in our favor. And we've got Mr. Balogun Koroma here. We don't want to keep him waiting for that long. And thank you so much, sir, for honoring our call. We appreciate you always, and thank you for all that you've done for the mighty APC party and Sierra Leone as a whole. Over to you, sir. The mic is all yours.
Well, thank you very much, and good evening to you all, participants and moderators alike. Unfortunately, we had, some confusion about the timing, because when I was called, I was waiting for the program to start at 6 o'clock, and then Justina called me at 4:30, and she said, it's already 6 o'clock in Freetown. I said, no, it's not 6 o'clock in Freetown. It's about 4:15. So I think there was a difference of about 1 hour in the timing. So I've been waiting since then. And then I had difficulty connecting, but at least I'm here now. Thank you very much, and I've listened so far.
Thank you, sir. You've got 20 minutes, sir. Thank you.
I'm sure that Dr. Richard Konteh, who is a demographer, has explained to you satisfactorily what a census is and for what purposes census data is used. Census is a constitutionally mandated population count which takes place every 10 years. That is why it is called decennial census. The last decennial census in Sierra Leone was in 2015, and that was under the APC government. And as far as I'm concerned, that is the only credible data for development purposes that we have now in Sierra Leone. I always say that the first political census in the history of Sierra Leone is the 2021 midterm census. It was a political census. Why? Because it was premeditated and designed to support the creation of Bandajuma and Panguma districts. And it was also designed to tell the world that Kenema is more populated than Freetown. Because that was the outcome. The ridiculous outcome of that census was to tell the world that Kenema is more populated than Freetown. That is so dangerous. That means you should be sending more resources to Kenema based on that skewed data instead of Freetown, which is the capital and which is probably twice more populated. It was done for political purposes, as I said earlier. And so at the present time, there is no credible data in terms of census that can be used by our development partners or by the government, and even for electoral purposes. That is why for the 2023 elections, the Electoral Commission used what they refer to as a hybrid. That is, taking part of the 2015 census data and part of the 2021 midterm census data, blend it and come out, think of any number outcome. So that is where we are. And I can tell you from reliable sources that the development partners, our development partners, would not allow a second discredited or skewed census to take place in Sierra Leone. That is why they have withheld funding. That is why, for the first time, they have sent a permanent representative to be stationed here in Sierra Leone, representing UNFPA to monitor the census, and that is Dr. Adebayo, who is presently in Sierra Leone. And let me also report to this forum that for the first time in the history of census, the APC leadership, in its wisdom, set up a census committee of technical experts, which I am heading. And we have been monitoring the census. Unfortunately, the mindset of Statistics Sierra Leone is political. They are looking for a political outcome while we are looking for a credible outcome. And they are conducting the census like a secret society.
I don't know if it's just me, but we've lost you, sir. We're not getting you. Is it just me?
Can you get me now?
Okay, yes, sir. Yes, sir. Go ahead, sir. Thank you.
Yes, yes. So, as I said earlier, the intention of Statistics Sierra Leone is different from our intention. Statistics Sierra Leone wants to justify the discredited 2021 census that was held, which I call the political census. They want to justify that Kenema is more populated than Freetown, which is not the case. So they're operating like a secret society. They're hiding everything from us, and we have to fight to get the necessary credible information. Let me give you an example. Once the proclamation had been made, first in September of 2024, for a census to be held in December of 2025, few months after, they came back and deliberately postponed the census to December of 2026. Why did they do that? They did that to justify and for it to tally with the provisions of Section 38B of the Tripartite Agreement, which states that if any census data is released 24 months before the actual census, then that data should not be used for the purposes of the delineation of constituency boundaries. So it was a trap. So they deliberately postponed it so that it will fall outside that deadline of 24 months, so that they will go back to the 2021 census data which is political, or at best, a hybrid of 2015 and 2021, which will be to our disadvantage. So the position of the party is to say that 38B should only apply for the 2033 elections, not the 2028 elections. For the 2028 elections, because a bill has been introduced in Parliament to say that for the purpose of this delineation of constituencies, only decennial census data should be used. And the last decennial census data is that of 2015. So that is on floor. And that is why the census was deliberately postponed even after His Excellency had made the proclamation. Of course, he should have made the proclamation with expert advice. He's not a statistician. He's not a politician. He must have been advised by Statistics Sierra Leone. So how do they come back a few months after, realizing their mistake and say, oh, no, now we are going to postpone it? And then they postpone it to fit with, to go against of the provisions of Section 38B. And after the postponement, there are certain preliminary processes that have to be made. The first was the pilot cartographic mapping. As Dr. Austin has just said, cartographic mapping is the delineation of the entire country, mapping of the entire country into what you call enumeration areas. An enumeration area is like a block. Say, for example, in Freetown, you take from Hill Station to Shaka Stevens Stadium to the cotton tree in a square, and that could be referred to as an enumeration areas. And all of the population within that area are then assessed. In a rural setting, it's between 300 and 450. And in an urban setting, it is between 450 and 600. So what did they do further? They made sure that areas in the northwest of the country where APC is regarded as a stronghold are disadvantaged as against the southeast. For instance, Pujeon has 6 constituencies, and Tonkolili has 10 constituencies, but Statistics Sierra Leone sent more mapping teams to Pujeon than to Tonkolili or Bombali, for example, so that they had a predetermined outcome. So when the committee compared the census data for 2015, Pujeon throughout the exercise had about 540 enumeration areas. Now, in only the first phase, it was divided into four phases. Only phase 1 of the pilot cartographic mapping, Pujeon already had over 800 enumeration areas. That was information that we got from other sources. Statistics Sierra Leone did not release that to us, and up till now, they have not released to us the disaggregated data resulting from the cartographic mapping. And in direct answer to Dr. Austin's questions, yes, the cartographic mapping has ended. It has finished, but we still don't have the disaggregated results. They're withholding it from us, and they are releasing it in bits. They are releasing it by percentages instead of number of enumeration areas per district. That is deliberate, because progressively they will be looking at the up or down trajectory of the enumeration areas and decides whether it fits into their political narrative or not. So now they're telling us that the real reason why they're not releasing it is because it is subject to change, that they have to clean the data. And once they clean the data, the figures might go up and down. So it is an uphill task with Statistics Sierra Leone. Indeed, we are members of the advisory committee. That is the APC. We have a technical representative there. But they are withholding information from us. And they are not sensitizing the public enough on the movement of the staff of Statistics Sierra Leone, so that the staff should know when they are doing pilot cartographic mapping. And one thing they did that was also blatant and clear is that there are 5 regions in the country. And they decided to do the pilot cartographic mapping in 4 out of 5 regions. And they deliberately left out the Northwestern region. And I asked them why. We wrote and asked them why. And they said, oh, no, it's sampling. They are doing sampling. How can you be doing sampling and leave out an entire region? So that these are the tasks that we're facing. And if the party had not set up this census committee in their wisdom, we would not have been privy to all of this information that we are now being privy to by other means, not by directly from Statistics Sierra Leone. They are withholding information from us. So the cartographic mapping, the pilot was completed with 4 out of 5 regions, and then the actual cartographic mapping is complete, but the data, the disaggregated data, has not been published. And the disaggregated data would mean a report on how many enumeration areas has resulted from the process in each district. We don't have that. And last week also, we had information because after the pilot cartographic mapping and the cartographic mapping proper, the next stage is the pilot census or mock census. Again, they are going to select areas in each of the regions of the country where they are going to conduct a pilot or mock census. Because realistically, we're only 4 months to the census. The census is in the first week of December, 2026. We're in the middle of July. So it's only 4 months we have. So that's where we are now. So after the pilot census, then in December, it will be procurement, recruitment of staff, and all of these activities, and then enumeration proper, which is the census proper, which will take place in December. And as Dr. Richard was saying, the census data can be used for 2 purposes. It can be used for genuine developmental purposes, and that's how it should be, because if you present the wrong figures, then certain areas will be disadvantaged. You would, for example, send more buses and build more schools and hospitals in Kenema than in Freetown. And you'll have empty schools, you'll have empty hospitals, nobody to use them, because the population figures presented for that area is skewed, it is false, it is fake. So that is where we are now when it comes to the census. And at this stage, I would like to take your questions, if any, or clarifications that you may need. But that's where we are now. Statistics Sierra Leone is not sincere. They are holding information from us, although we are fighting back. And my conclusion is that what they are conducting, like they did in 2021, is a political census. Thank you.
Wow. What can we say? Please, let's give a round of applause for our one and only Mr. Logos Koroma. The technicalities of what you've just told us, I don't know, probably we need to go back, to the books and read. You are actually filled with immense knowledge on the census thing. God bless and keep you, sir, for us,
Thank you.
because this is what we need, education. Once you are knowledgeable about what is happening, especially in terms of the political, dynamics, I think we'll try to get things right. Thank you so much for that. So on that note, I don't know if Mr. ABS is in the house. If not, I'm kindly gonna, because we are really, really, really running out of time now. We're actually clocking like 2 hours. And for us to get the full attention of the audience, I think it's always good to keep meetings very short and to the point, so that will serve as a motivating factor to call them back. Because I tell you what, this E-Town Hall meeting is an ongoing stride by One Salone. And by God's special grace, it's a moving train. We're not stopping. Even when APC comes to power, because this is just like a statement that God already answered. We are the next ruling government by God in special grace.
Indeed.
And now a policy statement, because we have to believe it, we have to claim it, and we have to work towards it. I think this is what One Salone is doing. We are so grateful to be having all distinguished guests among our midst. So, I'm just seeing Mr. ABS in the house now. Welcome, sir, and thanks for honoring our call. And if you're just joining us, this is APC's role and representation in ensuring a fair 2026 census. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'll just love you to welcome ABS right now on the floor, Mr. Abubakar Kargbo, and the floor is yours, sir. We have 10 minutes to offer you question time, and then we try to round up. Thank you, everybody. Over to you, Mr. Kargbo.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, comrade. I want to apologize because I'm not going to go live. I'm not going to actually put my video on because I'm in the engine room of the APC. I'm multitasking as I speak. Today is the last day. The party issued a press release for members to turn up with concerns, and today is the cutoff date. So I'm right there, but I have to answer this very important call. Basically, I'm glad to be part of this conversation. I want to say thank you start by saying thank you to the organizers, Umar and others. That you guys are actually doing a very good thing, because it is nice for the leadership to always engage the diaspora. For me, diaspora is the life supports muscles of the APC. This is where talent is being actually spotted and recruited. So I want to say thank you for this wonderful thing. I picked up something from the comment section. If you would allow me to actually respond to the person. He said, I think the person was actually talking about Falaba, that something is happening in Falaba. The mock test is actually ongoing. I think he's right, what he said. But this all speaks to some of the a compendium of issues that both Dr. Richard Konteh and Senior Comrade Logos Koroma, who is the chairman of Census, actually just highlighted. Everything is actually happening in secrecy. The final cartographic process has actually concluded, but no information, not even our chairman, the person who is actually leading the census, has been actually properly briefed, and our representative in the technical committee is not aware of what's happening. And then I tried to cross-check when the comrade somebody actually commented on the mock test that is actually happening in Falaba. That is true.
I can say that information is true. But it also speaks to the fact that everything is happening in secrecy. The party has not been told. Not because we're fully aware that this process is actually ongoing, because we have a committee, as Senior Comrade Logus has actually intimated, that is actually giving us information on a daily basis of what's happening in the field. But the fact that the party is not actually officially informed, so it's very difficult for us to be part of a process that the Statistics and Leone don't want us to be part of. But we find ways as a party to basically, if we want to inquire into certain things, we know the way to go about it. So just to clarify that. But again, thank you, Senior Comrade Logus. I think both speakers have actually said it all. The only thing I would love to say is this: the reason why Statistics Sierra Leone is not open in this process, it's not because they have things in control. Because let's face it, the process, especially when it comes to cartography, is actually the lead agency is UNFPA, and they're here because of to actually sort of like correct some of the wrongs that has happened historically. If we all know what's happened during the 2021 midterm census, and it all started off with the cartographic process, everything they did was skewed. So now, if you Google UNFPA, you can actually understand the incredible job that they've done for countries around the world. So they're here now in Sierra Leone, helping out in the cartography. So they are the lead agency. They control everything. So the assurance I want to give to everybody is this: as far as our understanding goes, and Chairman Logus will actually affirm this, they don't have control over the cartographic data. They don't. But they have control over information. That is what you should know. So now they're trying to stifle that. They don't want us to know what has happened. But we have cogent information that tells us that the current cartographic data, it's far different from what's obtained in 2021. But we don't have the authority to make certain pronouncements. I have to say this. But we know where we are. And I want to say thank you to Chairman Logus. He has actually done a wonderful job with this committee, of which I'm a party to. And we cannot pronounce. But I think what we need to do now is to rally around the diaspora. You guys have voices, and your voices can be felt in every nook and cranny of, let's say, Sierra Leone. When it comes to the diaspora propagating something which is very important for the nation, your voice can go far and wide. We want the diaspora to join us to make these calls. The cartographic census has ended, as you've heard from the chairman himself. We want this data to come out. Not because the UNFPA does not want to actually reveal information, but they are working under a government that is actually operating in secrecy. And the only reason why they don't want this information to come out, first of all, that would discredit everything they've done in 2021. So, because what they've done now, especially in areas where they said, okay, they have this much of, let's say, EAs, the enumeration areas. Take like for Kenema. There was this conversation about Kenema is more populated than Freetown. I kid you not, comrade, the data of the current cartographic census is actually on the negative. So what I mean by that, that number has actually, it has actually reduced. And for them, I think it would be a PR disaster if that comes out. But that is the data, they cannot change it.
Yeah.
They cannot, Chairman Logus can actually attest to this. These are not things we will say in the open. They cannot change the picture. And we know something, but we cannot say this. They cannot change the figures, for example, in Kenema. But I'll say it's the reduction there, it's in its hundreds EAs. So that is very disastrous for them. This is where they are now. And Chairman Logus has just intimated something about their intention to create another district in Banguma and all that. But when you look at the cartographic data for Pujong district, this is where the focus for them, they want to create another district within that axis. The data speaks on the contrary. And that is why, if you listen to Dr. Richard Konteh, the initial plan for them to redistrict, to add 2 more districts, they are now abandoning it simply because if you look at the act itself, it tells you about population density. And once the numbers do not add up, you cannot go back. I have to be careful in saying that because that's also a political thing. Somebody can jump on the bandwagon of increasing districts without data because they have the power. So this is where we are.
Yeah.
So in a nutshell, I want to call on behalf of the leadership, diasporans, those of you that have loud voices, join us to make this call. We've written a number of letters. Chairman Logos can attest to it. It's very difficult for them, in fact, to respond because they know what we're asking for. That will change the dynamics. So where we are as a party, I know the diaspora has been stifled for information, and this is now a platform for the party to communicate to diaspora directly. Let us utilize that. But bear in mind that there are certain things that we cannot say because it forms part of the very architecture that the APC is putting together to win elections. We cannot say, it's not everything that you can say out there, but we value the contribution of the diaspora. Let's work together in this aspect. We have to pressure from now. Moving on, we have to put pressure on Statistics Sierra Leone for them to actually bring this data out. It's a public information. Everybody should know this. Census is actually owned by the citizens of Sierra Leone. It is a government-led, but we have the right to know. Under the freedom of information, we have the right to know. So this is where we are, folks, in terms of the census. But just to tell you that beyond what people are actually saying about this executive, it's a novelty that for the very first time, APC was very mindful and was very thoughtful from the beginning to constitute what is called a census committee, of which a very renowned politician, somebody who has actually led different portfolios, internal politics and national politics, is in the lead. That is Komologos. So that itself, it's an evidence that this executive is actually working, and the executive know what's to be done. So, and the other thing you've heard from Dr. Richard Konteh, and I want to say thank you to Dr. Richard Konteh here on behalf of the leadership. These guys, in spite of the fact that they're also vying for something, but they've been selfless in so many capacity under the committee, the ANU committee, you know, and this is a constellation of flag bearers also. They are working as if they are not even thinking about their position, because they're fully aware that at the end of the day, there's only going to be one flag bearer. But when it comes for us to put that carpentry so that the party will be positioned well for the forthcoming election, they are willing to work together. And for me, it's a privilege working, you know, among these great people. They're full of ideas, and they're giving it their best to make sure that APC is fully prepared. So for us to get to this stage now, we are moving to Dr. Konteh just informed us about a retreat. It takes it's a lot has been going on behind the scene, diplomacy and everything. It would have been very difficult for us to get where we are, because it seems to us that there was a time that we think, no, it's done. These guys are not willing to do anything. But, you know, it was dedication. The leadership knows what we want, and we know how to get it. And that's where we are. And you can see within the last 2 weeks, the dynamics are changing. This is what we want. You know, we know what this government has done, but for us to get to where we want to be, it takes a lot of also, we have to be very clever about it also. So that's where, for my leadership, I want to say thank you to them. And then for me, the main call for tonight, diaspora, let us put pressure on Statistics Sierra Leone for them to be open. It's very important. We know what is there, but they have to say it so that we can hold it to say this is what we have now. And if that information comes out, the only thing we have to do as a party is to make sure that come the actual census itself, the needful is done in a way that the whole picture is actually, it will change. As far as we are concerned, Yamata, I will not hesitate to say we have the numbers. We have the numerical strength, and it has actually translated in the numbers we have now. So we just need that final push when it comes to the census itself. So I'll say thank you. I want to say sorry also for coming late.
Thank you. We appreciate you. Thank you for your input, and we are proud APCians, and I know definitely we'll get to somewhere. I mean, it's a process. We'll get there eventually. APC has always been like this. When we're in opposition, so many complexities. But at the end of the day, we reach the finish line smoothly, And it's all about that over your side. When it comes in, that's it, but we will overcome by God's special grace. Thank you. So I'm aiming for this meeting to end at least in 20 minutes. So please, guys, let's bear, each other, because of course we've got our lead census committee chairman with us, and he has to answer a few questions. So I'll dedicate 10 minutes to all of us. I've started seeing already from the group chat, people are asking. So please, if I don't call you, kindly put your questions on the group chat, but it's not guaranteed that I'm going to call everyone, please, because the next meeting will want people to come. Although we wasted like half an hour, so we are actually kind of targeting at least 2 hours for today's meeting, because usually our aim is at least an hour and a half, because then we cannot keep people for that long, So the questions are now open to Mr. Logos Koroma and Mr. Abubakar Kargbo. I'll just really kindly take 3 questions. Sorry about that. I have to apologize ahead of time. So the floor is open. Okay, I'll start with Mr. Mixer because he actually texted on the group chat. He said, Honorable Logos, in 2023, the APC played catch up with the SLPP. And in 2026, leading to census, we are also playing catch up. Which electoral bodies in Sierra Leone can we approach as a party to demand a review of full breakdown of the cartographic results that have been concealed from us? I think this is a pregnated question. Thank you so much, Mr. Mixer. And I'll just see, I don't want to, can you please tell ABS to check his WhatsApp for, who is this, Bakarr King? So, sir ABS, please check your WhatsApp, yeah? Madame Yansne has a question about the enumeration. Madame Yansne, I'll come to you shortly. I want to make a brief comment, and that's Mr. Arthur. Yes, of course, you're one of our guests. We'll give you the honor. So can I kindly ask Mr. Logos to respond to Mixer's question, and then we'll go to Mr. Arthur, and then I'll take 2 more, and then we'll try to round up. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you, Mixer, for that pregnated question. The fact of the matter is that we already have the data. We are not catching up. We have it, but we are not releasing it. We got it, we acquired it from other sources. We are not sleeping. We are not catching up, as you are saying. Honestly, we are not catching up. We are on top of our game. We have the data. And I just released to you, from my information, the number of enumeration areas that were mapped out in the first phase of the cartographic mapping using Pujaun district as an example, which has 6 constituencies, as against Tonkolili, which has 10. So as I said, areas in the Northwest are being disadvantaged, and areas in the Southeast are being advantaged. And who do we report to? Who do we get the figures from? We are going to get it from UNFPA. if you were listening, you will hear me say that for the first time in the history of census in this country, a permanent representative was sent by the United Nations to monitor the process. Dr. Adebayo is resident here permanently. And why did they do that? Because of the experience of the political census of 2021. So don't worry, my comrade, we're on track. We're not catching up, we're ahead.
Thank you very much, sir. That question was succinctly answered. And also, I know that is more the reason the tripartite arrangement was brought in, because they're more of electoral reforms, you know. They really focused on that. Thank you so much. We appreciate you. Over to you, sir, Mr. Halston. You've been a wonderful, wonderful guest. Thank you so much. We appreciate you. And then I'll give you 2 minutes, sir, please, because the time is not in our favor. Over to you, sir. Thank you, sir. Mr. Arthur Alston, over to you, sir.
I am muted. Okay.
Oh,
okay. Now,
okay.
so
Good.
okay.
Right.
Going back to what Mr. Logus said in his first presentation, I have a little exception to that. If we are facing problems with this census, this current cartography that is going on or that has just concluded, and Mr. ABS is now saying that the UNFPA is on top of the situation or they are in charge, the Statistics Sierra Leone has no business in stifling information or holding back information with the All People's Congress as the major political party sitting in that same room, encouraging people to keep hiding, especially disaggregated data that will inform the people of Sierra Leone. Mind you, this is not about the APC. It's about the people of Sierra Leone. So once again, these guys have started keeping information, and we are sitting there saying, oh, we trust the international community. The international community is this and that and that. They will handle matters for us, A, B, C, and D. From the word go, we have to take seriousness to another level that we are not going to take it anymore. Enough is enough. Mr. Logus Koroma, Mr. ABS, and other parties concerned, from this date today, we want to see, and the One Salone group, we also have a responsibility. I am not here as a member of the All People's Congress. I'm here as a member of the One Salone group. We have a responsibility of approaching the UNFPA, asking the United Nations, our journalists, both local and international, what is happening with our census. We want to know, because at the end of the day, the Julius Maada Bio administration will tell us that, okay, we don't even need UNFPA, you can go home, and then they do what they want to do. And we will still be sitting there saying, okay, international community, international moral guarantors. No way this time. Thank you, Yamata.
So much, sir. Thank you. That point is very, very valid, because procrastination is a big thief of time. You know, we've experienced this in 2021, and we saw the aftermath in 2023. So we cannot leave no stone unturned, actually. Thank you so much, sir. Over to you, sir Logos. Thank you, sir.
Now, if Dr. Austin had me properly, he would have had me say that we have asked UNFPA and Statistics Sierra Leone to release the outcome of the just concluded cartographic mapping. And if he had me right, I said their response was that they are cleaning the data and that they would release it eventually. And the reason why they say they are not releasing the data at this stage without cleaning it, because it might go up or down. So we're giving them the benefit of the doubt. That is the explanation they gave us, that when you collect raw data from the field, it has to be processed, it has to be cleaned before you release the final data. So we are waiting for that. Secondly, the government of President Julius Maada Bio cannot ask UNFPA to go out, because the only reason why UNFPA is here is because of the discredited 21 midterm census and the tripartite agreement, an agreement of national unity that was signed. That is why UNFPA is here. Otherwise, no government, they would not allow UNFPA to even monitor the census. So they are here for good reason, and they're here to stay. And UNFPA, and not only the government, wants credible data for the development. And they don't want data that tells us that Kenema is more populated. Even the government has not used the 2021 midterm census data. They cannot use it for developmental purposes. So everybody relies on this census to come out with credible data.
Thank you. Thank you, sir. And also, we know we've got a time bound for the end of December for the full implementation of the tripartite. We trust you. We know you're working. So now, ladies and gentlemen, I just want to hand over now for the key takeaways, the next steps for citizens, and that will be taken on by our global coordinator, Umar. Thank you for your vision, and thank you to all One Salone, global members. We're all by default One Salone members, because as long as you're a Sierra Leonean, you mean well for Sierra Leone, and that is the place for you. Please, let's continue to move and put Sierra Leone on the global map. That's the only beloved country we have. Over to you now, Mr. Umar, and thank you very much, sir. Over to you. And those whose questions have not been asked, Madam Hawaii Sane, please bear with us, okay? Over to you, sir. Is your Umar there? Is he on mute? Yeah, Umar. Kish, bear with us, please.
Yeah, currently Umar is unavailable.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but like,
all right.
We really appreciate all waiting we guests they don't bring in, and we don't get enriched information where we all go take home. Although all the questions them not able to be registered, but we promise participants them say this is an ongoing process, and we will try for provide more opportunities as we go along for invite there we own professional guests there for continue for expand on topics them of such nature. So we tell them thank you for the time we then take out of their schedule for make them possible for day with we are today. So at this juncture, I will call on Madam Mira Buya, and then we will try to get a close to this meeting for today. Madam Mira, if you are around, please.
Yes, I am around.
Okay.
Yeah, so I think we can continue. I see a hand up. What's the name? It says I60 something. So I want to hand over to you for your question. Hello, somebody raised their hand up. The name is not there, but it says I with a long series of numbers. If you want to ask question, the floor is yours. Can you unmute him, please? Him or her, please. Sulkesh.
Yeah, I've sent the individual a request to unmute themselves, but like
okay, if the person is not ready, Madam Awaya had said he wanted to ask a question. If you can unmute her, she can ask a question. Let me be looking through the chat to see if Matadin.
Hello?
Yes, please. The floor is yours, sir. The floor is yours. Your hand is raised.
Yeah. Good afternoon, brother. Hello?
Please go ahead. Go ahead. We're getting you. Please go ahead.
Okay. So I want to say thank you to the team for their hard work on the process of the census. And it's a very key component. I just have a few concerns, especially with the chairman of the committee, Leonard. I don't know if the people are really aware of waiting they go on because they are the enumerators. We the diaspora, yeah, we can do part, but the enumerators, they're really for aware of the information where they go on. Today night will be the mock census night. I don't know if the people are aware of this. And I call, especially the areas where they don't do listing, can I get a list for do the mock census where they start today night. For the Western rural, now by 6 Mile, Western urban, now hill station. I don't call like 3, 4, 5 people in a hill station. They don't even know what they go on. Karene, I call, they don't even know what they go on. People learn from Falaba, I call, they don't even know what they go on. You know, I feel say the leaders therefore spend more time on the sensitization on this process than you see more flyers on campaign for them positions the way they want than waiting will make them get the position. So I really want send me a message let them put more emphasis on the sensitization. They talk about the listing, the enumerators areas, and then give more to John than that. That's not to issue. I think that for focus on coverage. All the areas and cover, yes. And as you say, yeah, this process, then they're on the cleaning of the data, where myself well aware of that. So I just want to let them pay more attention on sensitization than blame game. Let the people are aware. When I forget census hour, I they update the people of every challenge is the owner they get. Not for just keep up. When time reach, when I begin saying, no, not allow we, no, not allow we. The people they know, wait till they go on. At the end of the day, they go turn pounder. And begin blame una. Una they make effort, but no, they see how because I know they communicate. So then I'm just concerned on the process. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I think, yes, please, sir, let's all just have 2 persons, then you can answer, sir, if it's okay with you. Thank you.
Okay,
I see Madam Estella saying she's concerned about the slow pace in which the APC is conducting their elections. Madam Estella, I'm sorry that we're not here about the internal elections. Today we are here about the census. But thank you for your concern. And I think Bakarr, Mr. Bakarr Bundu have a question. The floor is yours. Please unmute him. Kish. Thank you. Then, whilst we are waiting for Mr. Bakarr Bundu to be unmuted, somebody says, yes, one moment, I say, is the APC being represented in the cartographic mapping? Yes, I don't need anybody to answer. They are participating in it. Thank you. Mr. Bakarr Bundu, the floor is yours, sir.
Yeah, thank you, Mira. Thank you, One Salone, and I want to thank the panelists. My question is, I just want to know what is the expectation and the responsibility of citizens, both home and the diaspora, if this time around, this government tried to do what they did, before the last election by conducting, a census that does not reflect
the actual number and the residents, I mean, various areas, especially in the Western area, when they compare Kenema and Freetown. So I just want to know, I mean, as a party, what is the expectation? What do they expect from us as citizens to do in case anything like that happen again?
Yeah, thank you very much. I think those will be the last questions according to the moderator. She wants us to finish at 2:30. So now I'll hand over to Mr. Logos Koroma. Mr. Logos, the floor is yours, sir.
Thank you. Let me start with the first question. What is the name of the guy, the comrade who asked the first questions about the mock census? About the pilot census, the mock census.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm gonna read it. No, the person didn't have a name. It was a long I6 something. I don't have his name. I'm sorry.
Okay, first of
It's
all,
the phone.
I would request that people check their facts before making accusations. The districts that is talking about that were selected for the mock census I had 1 month ago, they are Falaba, and the chiefdom name is Fola Saba, Falaba, in section name Bentu 3 and Kalia, in Kaine in Tambaka, in Kenema in Dodo, Kenema Dodo, Pujeumpanga Krim, Pujeumpanga Krim. I'm on top of my job, dear questionnaire. Yes, I'm sending out flyers and it is my right. But also, I'm doing my job and I'm on top of it. So we are on top of the mock census. We have all of the areas that the mock census is taking place, and the chairmen of the districts are reliably informed. And we have party enumerators on the ground. We trained over 100 APC census monitors who are posted in each of the districts. And those people are doing their work and reporting directly to the committee. So I think that accusation should be taken back because it is false. I think that is the only question that, and Bakarr, Comrade Bakarr, asked a question about the expectations and responsibilities this time around. I think that is above my pay grade. That is for elected party officials. I'm only talking about the census. Thank you.
And I hand over to the moderator. Moderator, my job is done, ma'am.
Just hold on 1 second because ABS wanted to say something. So just give him a minute and then we can have Mama Isa too. So say thanks to everybody that has come and then we can pray. So you can take the podium. We just wanted to round up so that it doesn't look so boring for us, you know.
It's not. These are important issues.
Continue, Lady Mira. Yeah. Thank you.
So Comrade ABS, the floor is yours. You said you have something to say. The floor is yours, sir. Kishi, if you can unmute him, or is he already unmuted?
Yeah, I've sent him a request.
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much, Comrade Mira. I think the chairman for the census committee has actually done justice to all the questions. I just want to say this. It will be very difficult from a diaspora perspective to understand what is happening here in Sierra Leone. But let us also understand that some of these things, especially the information that we want to know, the party is very mindful of what goes out. Because this is a technology platform that we don't even know. We don't even know the security details. That is why I'm saying for the APC to have established a census committee, it's a novelty. It has never happened in the history of the party. So let us take that as a credit. And we know the people who are in the committee. And one of them has actually, he headed Statistics Sierra Leone for quite a while. So he knows the ins and outs of, the operations of Statistics Sierra Leone. So this is what APC, and remember, when we lost governance in 2018, the place where they sack, when they call by, let me say this in Creole, when they call by surname, was in statistics. And all of those people who suffered casualty, they are now part of the census committee. So they are not only working for the AP, they are working for themselves. And this is how serious it is. So in terms of, again, UNFPA, my brother there, Arthur, was actually, saying something about we should not rely on these people. But I can tell you the reason why UNFPA is back into this business now, because they want to clear themselves. And this is actually, this project is sponsored, to a greater degree by this institution outside of Sierra Leone. So they know why they are here. And the reason why this data has not come out, just think about duplication as occurred all over the places. They have to clean it, and there are gaps. Sometimes, like I said before, the cartography, they've had this geomapping, architecture that's actually been set up. So if you miss a certain part of an EA, if there's a gap, they will tell you, go back. You don't left so part now, Ferry Junction, that area did not cover the dates. They will tell you to go back. So where there are gaps, the people who are doing like the final work on the data, they will look at the geomapping and the data that's actually been submitted. So, okay, we want to do a thorough job. But UNFPA are not here for a joke. They're here for serious business. And I can tell you, SLPP can drag their feet as much as they like. What we know, the census, the cartographic data is not in their favor. It speaks something on the contrary to what obtained in 2021. And for them, it's more like say, they slap them face this time around. It's shameful that they tell you about Kenema, for example. Kenema has lost a huge number of EAs. Do you think this is something they will celebrate about? No. But there is a credible institution that is now working with us. We have to put pressure. Chairman Locus and his team has done a tremendous job. If I tell you the number of letters we've sent to statistics, lots of letters. And that we've approached UNFPA, we've done diplomatic channels, arrangements, and all of these things. It's ongoing. But I can tell you the party is actually working. I want to assure everybody in the diaspora, by God's grace, 2028 will not be business as usual. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Comrade ABS. We are enlightened, we are happy, we feel hopeful once again. So now I'll hand over to the moderator. I'm sorry, Mr. Ibrahim Kamara, we've closed for questions now. I'm sorry. Hopefully you have a time to ask questions in the next session, or reach out to Mr. Logos Koroma, or Mr. ABS, or Mr. Athop Alston. Thank you so much. Madam Moderator, the mic is once more yours, ma'am.
Thank you so much, Lady Mira, and also for gender equality fairness, I'll now have the honor to give the mic to Madam Hawaiian Sane, because actually she's been on the group chat for a very long time. We're sorry, Ma, it's just because of the questions.
We called her, she was not we called her. I did call her. I did call her, but she didn't
come up. Yeah?
Yes,
all right, then. Okay. On that note, is Madam Hawaiian Sane in the house? Because we really need to round up the meeting now, We have to say thank you to everybody. No? Okay. If she's not here.
I am in the house, but you guys did not, Mira announced, but they did not unmute me. I'm sorry. That's why.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
all right,
so I kept making my fingers. You guys got to pay attention to the audience. I kept doing like this, nobody paying attention.
Right.
Yes.
Okay.
Because you know why? You know why it is very important. I am a flag bearer. And this census, we have to deal with it 100% so that we won't lose the elections.
Okay. Just to guide you, Ma. Thank you so much for coming in. And you have the floor now, but we can only allocate 2 minutes to you, Ma. Just because we want more people to come next time, yeah? And you've been one of our frequent attenders anyway. Thank you so much. Over to you, Ma.
Okay, you can make it 3 minutes because I have very important question. This to Mr. Logus, thank you everybody for coming. Mr. Logus has been a very good election coordinator, and being the chairman for the consensus thing that we're talking about today, he has done a very great job, and thank you to Dr. Richard Konteh. We have to be concerned about the enumeration that we are talking about. And Mr. Logus, I've already gave an example. For example, talking about the cotton tree, said from cotton tree to Hill Station, which of course I'm very impressed with, and Dr. Richard Konteh. But my concern is the the Southwest. Mr. Logus, is Kenema more populated than Freetown? Because I want like a concrete answer, and they should at least let us know what is going on, because now they're trying to go to the extent of Banguma, which ABS already stressed on. And why the creation of Banguma at this time when we have the elections coming right around the corner? Number two, also creation of the diaspora region when the elections are coming closer. Because, like, for example, the average farmer don't even know what enumeration is. When I Google it, it's a small localized geographic unit used for during a census or larger scale survey. And there are three key details.
Madam Hawa, we've lost you. We've lost you, ma. Okay.
Can you hear me now? We have to do every household as well. Knock on the doors. And SLPP party, they gotta give us at least the final data, which is we depend on accountability, integrity, and transparency. That is what all elections is all about. Because if we don't do that ahead of the party when the elections are getting closer, we will not have an accurate information. And also, most importantly, we're doing it in December. Yeah, next year, in December, we have to upgrade it so that we know the final figures. So those are my concerns right now to Mr. Logus and the audience that we have here. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Madam Hawa.
You're welcome.
I don't know if Sir Logus will just give us response on that. I mean, just like seconds, sir.
Yeah, second.
You're here now. Thank you, sir. I know you've already spoken lengthily on that, but for the benefit of all of us again. Thank you.
Thank you, our flag bearer aspirant, Madam Hawaii Asane.
You're welcome, sir.
Your direct question was that if Kenema is of course, Kenema is not more populated than Freetown. That's why I said it was a political census.
That's right.
It had a premeditated outcome and objective. And the objective was that to give advantage to Kenema district than Freetown. Okay? So it was skewed. And that is why it has been rejected. Kenema is not more populated than Freetown. Then secondly, on the issue of the creation of Panguma district, taking a chunk from Pujeon district and a chunk from Bo district, the numbers are not there. That is why we had 849 enumeration areas in Pujeon district in the first phase of the cartographic mapping. That fictitious figure was meant to justify the creation of a new district, but it hasn't worked because we were privy to the information, we've leaked it out, and they have abandoned it. So we are doing our best. Yeah.
Thank you. Okay, thank you, sir. What about the diaspora? You didn't hit on the diaspora. Why the creation in the last minute of the elections?
Well, that is a decision. You see, I'm mindful of my pay grade.
Yeah.
I'm talking about census. That is for
All
the
right.
Secretary General and the chairman of the party.
Okay.
Okay.
That's it.
All right. Thank you
Okay.
so much, sir, for your response.
Thank you,
And
Madam Yamata.
Madam
Thank you.
Awa Yansane, our flag bearer. Thank you so much. So now I'm officially bringing the gathering to an end in the capacity as a moderator. But before I hand over to our dear Madam Fatima, so give us the vote of thanks, I just want to acknowledge our technical guru for this gathering, as always, Mr. Ishmael Koroma. Thank you so much for your expertise. One Salone appreciate you, and we pray that God continue to give you the knowledge that you are showcasing to continue and continue and continue, because this movement is here to stay forever, you know, by God's special grace. And so I guess we thank you. So over to you now, Madam Fatima. The floor is yours for the vote of thanks, and then we can all say good night, good morning, and good evening. Thank you once more.
Thank you very much, Yamata.
You're welcome, sir. Is Madam Fatima in the house? Fatima Savage?
Yeah, I've
Mama?
sent her
Lovely.
request
Thank
to
you
unmute
so
herself.
much. Thank you.
While waiting for Madam Fatima, let me say hi to Professor Mike,
Okay.
Bakarr Bundu, my comrades, and all the other comrades.
Yes, thank you, sir. And it's a pleasure to have everybody on board. And we hope to see you probably next week, because these are like series, the E-Town Hall meeting. And just so you know, please don't forget to watch on our other platforms, YouTube, Facebook, and we have our website, you know. Just go see what is going on for One Salone. If any issues, just ask any one of One Salone members. Our forums are widely open. Just bring in your concerns, because we are thriving for a global audience, really. That's our primary aim, you know. So thank you so much. This topic is very dear to our heart, because they are usually the rare topics that people talk about. You just say, oh, census. We don't really know the dynamics of it. Savage, are you ready now, ma? Okay, probably is she on mute-ish?
Yeah, I've sent her a request to unmute herself.
Yeah.
But
And Yamata, Professor Mike says he has volunteered to do the closing prayers. Just so you know.
Thank you, Professor Mike. Thank you so much, sir. I'm very honored to have you on this platform, because you are one of Salone's finest voices, you know. We appreciate all that you do, and may God continue to bless you and every other Sierra Leonean in our beloved country and diaspora. It's all about one interest, and that is Sierra Leone. So I'll now give you the platform, sir, to disperse us peacefully. And thank you once more, everybody. It's been a pleasure to host you. I remain your comrade Yamata. Thank you.
thank you very much, Yamata.
Thank you. Thank you. Father God, we say thank you. This is the day you've made for us, and we have rejoiced in it because of this very successful meeting. We want, Father God, for you to bless each and every one of us here who have participated in this deliberation and discussions of very important, pertinent issues relating to our beloved country, Sierra Leone. We pray, Father God, that you direct everything, the minds of all the stakeholders on these census issues. Guide them, oh Father God. Protect them, oh Father God. Give them the wisdom to direct everything. Father God, we commit the committee that has been set up by the party, led by the great and indomitable Logos Koroma. May you give him wisdom, knowledge, and understanding to direct the path and inspire those who are holding information and everything to release them, oh Father God, all the data for the benefit of our people. Father God, I say thank you. Bless all the other speakers, ABS, Dr. Richard Konteh, Mr. Arthur, and all the moderators for this great organization, One Salone movement. We know, Father God, this is not the end of it. We are going to discuss so many other pertinent issues for the development and advancement of our country. We will do it because wherever we are, Father God, we will contribute to transform the lives of our people and our beloved Sierra Leone. Once more, Father God, we say, bless each and every one of us. May the spirit of your anointing rest upon each and every one of us. May we go in peace. May we always do the right thing. May we always be together in unity, peace, so that we can promote good ideas and the development of our beloved Sierra Leone. God bless you all. May you be always blessed, and we will meet again with other important topics. And all this in the Son's name, Jesus Christ. Amen.
Amen. We are blessed indeed.
Amen.
Thank you so much.
Mike, I didn't know you are a bishop, Professor Mike.
Okay, so over to you, Mr. Ismail Koroma, our technical team, to say goodbye. Goodbye from my end.
Goodbye
Thank you
from
so
my
much.
hand.
It's been a pleasure. Thank you.
Indeed a pleasure. Indeed a pleasure.
Yeah.
Thanks to our guests. Thanks to our participants.
We are all free to leave
Thank
now.
you for a rich program. Thank you. Good night.
Sir Logos. Thank you. It's been very educative. Thank you. We appreciate
You're
the
welcome.
session today.
We appreciate
You're
everything.
welcome.
Yes,
You're
sir.
welcome. Bye-bye.
Wow, this is a great meeting.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Yamata.
Yep. Fellow.
Some you with the talk with Loco, my sister.
Yeah. I think the meeting has officially ended, so we're just leaving now peacefully. So I think it's allowed. Hey, Manda America.
Well, Yamata, I forget for mute me. Also greet the famble them. From with no
So sorry.
I keep on saying unmute us.
Unmute the now. Unmute the people them
the all don't go.
Oh, with
no
a
problem.
We are still there. 16 of us are still here. So sorry, mommy. I call you, know.
No
I called. I called Madam Fatima. Mama is so sorry, ma.
It's okay. It's
sorry.
okay.
The next
I just wanted to say
will go your way, So sorry, ma. Thank you
We
so much for
apologize.
always.
Really apologize.
Thank you, ma. So sorry, ma.
Had left already, right? So I wanted to say hi to him.
Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Sorry,
thank
ma.
you. You all did a fantastic job. God bless you now.
Amen. You
now
too.
continue this trend.
Amen.
I believe say we go be the most formidable